American males, American males, American males, American males, American males, American males.
Oh my God, we're back again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling's Worst Podcast for yet again another guest episode where the guest gets to choose what the shit we talk about. And my guest this time, you've heard one of his colleagues, you've heard Daz on the last episode. This is the famous Butcher that we've all spoke about. He's a man with a sharp tongue. How are we doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
That's an introduction now. The man with the sharp tongue and an even sharper knife. How are you, my brother? Thank you for having me.
No, it's pleasure. Good to have you on. Obviously, your first time you've ever come on any of my shows, Butcher. If you want to just let the listeners know a bit of background, what got you into wrestling, and what got you ultimately into podcasting?
What got me into wrestling? Hey, I was about six. I'd watched it when I was younger. I mean, obviously being 36
back
years
then
old.
it was
Obviously the world of sport was very much a thing on the British scene. Your big daddies, your giant haystacks, the Dynamite Kid was one of the basic, one of the main reasons that I got a bit obsessed. I think the very first two guys really I was obsessed with were the British Bulldog and obviously the Dynamite Kid.
That's not a bad place to start, is it, really?
And then I got a bit obsessed then with obviously WWE's product because Challenge and Superstars was very much obviously the main shows then, weren't they?
Yeah.
There was no Monday Night Raw.
Wrestling Challenge and Superstars, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you'd see Undertaker destroy some jobber dressed in some horrific purple attire.
And I think, the guy that basically got me obsessed was Jake the Snake Roberts. His all the mechanics that he was built on, the psychology,
No one finer. There's no one finer. I've spoken about it many times. It's just a shame that Jake's life took its way that it did because Jake should be involved in a creative process in some wrestling company somewhere.
I think we work together on Max Wrestling, don't we? And we have these discussions about people's charisma, how good they are, mic skills. You imagine Jake Roberts working in NXT with some of these kids.
Yeah. It's
just the psychology part of it, you kind of like.
It. It's they had it in the past, like back when it was OVW with like Jim Cornette working with promos with them. Do you know what I mean? That guy, for all his faults, and he's got his supporters, he's got his haters. For me personally, I think Jim Cornette's brilliant. I think he's a genius.
He's a genius.
I do totally agree. But on the mic, do you know what I mean? He's Paul Heyman level. He could sell his own funeral.
Yeah.
So when they had him working with a lot of you guys you're seeing today, like your Cenas. You know what I mean? His Cena, I imagine, would have worked very closely with Cornette back in OVW. But I don't know. I know I'm familiar with some of the names they've got, like in the Performance Center at NXT. But is there a massive talker that they've got? Because I know they had Billy Gunn down there at one point, didn't they?
They had Billy Gunn, didn't they? I think they ran with Billy Gunn.
And they've got Road Dogs on creative team, and he was quite the talker. But
I think Finley's been there and basically worked with them. Oh, what's his name? Robbie. I think Robbie Brookside is probably. Is it Brookside?
I'm not familiar.
Robbie Brookside. I think he's Scouser. He is. I think he's basically one of the main guys from a development point of view. I watched that series called Breaking Ground, and that was superb. Basically just if this is on. Basically, the NXT, the back of NXT, where you see all the developments, either getting fired, the training and stuff like that. And there's just key moments in it when you watch some of them. And Apollo Crews, perfect example. They pulled Scott Hall in to basically work with Apollo Crews on his mic skills. And I'm not being funny. It obviously didn't sink in because he's doing little things. You know what I mean? There is key improvement based on, the shit that he came in with. I think the problem is with the likes, your Apollo Crews is it's a case of, right, we've got to be careful how we word this.
I know exactly what you're getting at.
The guy's black.
Yeah. They don't know what to do. And I've said it, and They don't know what to do with black guys.
No,
I don't
they
know
don't.
why, and I
They
don't
don't.
understand how that's even a thing.
And the thing is, right? The thing I look at is when I look at him, he's jacked. Yeah, nothing wrong with jacked. But I look at his face, and it's very much the same with multiple guys
big
at the
smiley
minute.
expression.
It's a smiley face. The guy has no anger.
No.
It doesn't look like you could say to him, right, Apollo, be angry, without starting to laugh.
Yeah, it'd be
you
forced, and you could tell it'd be forced. And like I said, though, I think maybe if they had someone like a Jake the Snake or someone like that, it's like if you think of like going back to what we were saying about Jim Cornette working with the guys in development, it's like who really works with them once at the main roster? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
In development, they'll have days and weeks where they focus, I imagine, just on promo building and talking and making sure you're looking at the camera right and everything like that, and just just your basic your fundamentals of doing a promo. But when it gets to main roster, is it like, well, the Triple H said they're ready, so do we kind of just say, well, learn these lines, go out there and do it?
Yeah. That's kind of the point I get, to be honest with you. Is there's no more arms around you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no one talking in your ear when you come backstage saying, well, next time when you do it tomorrow, change this word for that word, and look, instead of looking this way, look that way, and. Do you know what I imagine there is, because I do believe that Triple H does have a lot of involvement with the main roster, unbeknown what the fucking dirt sheet says. I don't think NXT is solely just what he does.
Oh, fuck no.
Do you know what I mean?
Anyone that believes that sort of stuff is more naive than, At the end of the day, Triple H is very much it's a weird one, because you go as far back as possibly mid-90s, just coming into the late 90s. Triple H wasn't in a very, very secure position in WWE, and he could be accused of marrying into, the position he is now.
The outcome of the curtain call, where Triple H was the one that was getting all the glory. Because the outsiders were gone, Michaels was champion.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? He had to fight jobbers. He was fighting hog pen matches with Henry Godwinn and feuds with Dunk Drosy. Purely Duke Drosy, sorry. Purely because he was getting all the shit and he had to claw his way back. So yeah, totally agree. He could I'd say majority of people look at his push from 99 to 2000 or mid of 2001 before his injury, when that was that ultimate I am Triple H the boss. And they used to even emphasise it on commentary, where Jim Ross say, well, he's injured so-and-so, he's beat so-and-so, he's done so-and-so. Do you know what I mean? You might as well just say he's buried that one, he's buried that one, he's buried that one.
He's fantastic. I mean, the guy is such an intelligent guy. And I mean, I'm not being funny. People can say what they want about him, but there's a certain point when you see that guy, when he's not being Triple H, he is legitimately Paul Levesque, right? And there's key moments in that man's career where you go watch Bayley versus Sasha at Takeover, when that guy comes out with William Regal.
Yeah, that's Paul Levesque.
And he stood there with tears in his eyes. Do you know what I mean?
He's got the passion. I think that's the thing.
There's no ego in it.
No.
There's no... it's just, it's to cement his ego. Fuck off, man. He's like a proud father.
Yeah.
They're his kids.
It's his baby. That's the thing. It's his baby.
They're his kids.
Yeah,
totally agree. That guy has got to be in so much freaking pain watching people like Tyler Breeze go through what he's going through now. How many people can say they've been given the privilege of wrestling Usain Liger?
Yeah.
And if anyone's watched that match, how is he getting treated this way? I personally love the Tyler Breeze gimmick with the selfie stick. I thought it was fucking brilliant. Something so simple.
It was.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was like, same can be said for the Ascension as well. Do you know what I mean? That they were so good NXT and main roster dire.
Kind of, you know what I mean?
Oh, when
Cameron.
they had Bram.
They've never done it, man. That entrance with the orb in the hands was fucking amazing.
But again, is it one of them that they've got people working with them closely in NXT with their entrances, and like Triple H said he wanted to work with Finn Balor really close to develop his entrance, and again, is it once you're pushed up to the main roster, well, Triple H says you're ready. But like I said, going back to what you said at the start, somebody like Jake the Snake, someone like Scott Hall, or somebody who's just a master of the mic, working a bit more closely with them. But yeah, so that was obviously how you got into wrestling then, Butcher. What about podcasting then? What got you involved with the Max Wrestling guys, and what kind of gave you the idea that you wanted to let the people hear your sharp tongue?
Well, it's like, you know, Dazzy is a good friend of mine, and I started working in the same company at Daz, same interests type of thing, and Dazzy basically, it's a funny one actually, because I was talking to someone else in work, and I actually went off on one. I had a massive rant about something had gone on freaking in wrestling or something like that, and Dazzy used to, well, be right close to me with the lockers. And I was just started getting Grimmy coats on one night. He went, "Do you like wrestling?" I said, "Yeah." I do a podcast. I said, "All right." He said, "Do you want to come on?" I said, "Oh yeah, well, not bad. Like, yeah, cool." First time I got into it, I was a bit like, you know, it could be a bit, I don't know, a bit overpowering.
Yeah, a bit daunting sometimes.
Extent, you know.
Yeah.
But I just, you know what I mean. It's just what I see. There's no gimmick in it. It is legitimately me being me. You know what I mean? I won't put on this freaking earth to kiss asses. Do you know what I mean? I say what I feel. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. It's just that simple. But you know, the Butcher rant thing. I can't think how that came about, to be honest with you, because I started as just Dave Gillam. You know?
Yeah, I've listened to the old stuff, and it makes me chuckle when Daz calls you just Dave and Craig.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just started as Dave Gillam, and then it was funny because I mean, got me gamer tag on Xbox and that, and I call myself Psycho Butcher 69, and I was looking at it, I was like, I don't want to be known as a psycho, but I kind of like Butcher because what I actually do is freaking, you know what I mean? Cut up, dissect, and fucking abolish anything that comes. Like, do you know what I mean? Anything I can go off on one. So I just said to Daz, I said, "What do you think of the Butcher?" He said, "I like it." He said, "Where's that come from?" I said, "I don't know." I said, I just thought freaking I'd, you know, redesign myself to a degree. So that's what it was. You know what I mean? I basically put the Butcher in the name. My Twitter handle became 69Butcher.
Cheap plug.
And then, and then I went and basically, you know what I mean, donned the mask.
I love it. And guys,
You know?
if you've not seen it, there's a promo video on YouTube for the Promo Mania 2, is it, or 3?
3.
Yeah, that is epic, I must say.
You know,
who's the man behind the camera?
That's me.
Is it? Are you just like filmed on your phone?
I got a tripod.
Oh, right, okay.
I basically got the camera and I've basically just fashioned a torch.
Very good.
You know, yeah, and that was just basically it, and it just went from there. Yeah, that was mainly the reason. Dazzy got me into it, Mike, and I'm at a point now where I fucking, if anything, I'm more hungry now, because I mean, I am gonna be working on my own, obviously the next, I don't know, possibly a couple of months or so. Gonna be called The Cutting Room. Yeah, so.
And I imagine that's going to be a nice child-friendly PG product, yeah?
You know, and yeah, Dazzy's the main reason, if I'm honest. Yeah, Dazzy's the top guy.
Totally agree. And just to finish on a little cheap plug for the Max Wrestling, where can they find you on the Twitter machine?
You can find us at Max Wrestling UK and at 69Butcher.
There we go. Right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty of why you have come on this episode. As you're fully aware, guys that are listening, when I have a guest on, it's up to them what they want to discuss, as long as it's shite. And I've got the man that loves all shite. So if you just want to give Butcher, the fans, the name of the person that we're going to be discussing in a bit more detail on this episode.
Well, If anyone's ever heard me or listened to Max Wrestling, they know I don't like this guy at all. Mr. John Cena, come on down.
Your time is now.
Yeah, time is up. My time is now.
Right, so the man, John Cena. We could sit and obviously talk about the various aspects of John Cena from here till we die. But what we decided to do, we've picked, well, Butcher is, what we decided to do, we've picked like 3 different parts of the John Cena persona, let's say, and how his effect on the world of wrestling. And the first part is how he's used and abused and spat out numerous wrestlers. None better, in my opinion anyway, than Wade Barrett. For me personally, the Nexus, when that came about, it was fresh, it was new, it was how they destroyed the ring and ripped it to pieces. They could have made Wade Barrett one of the best world champions in WWE history. But no, they had to put Super Cena up against him at SummerSlam with Cena's little dream team, including a very old and decrepit Bret Hart. And Cena single-handedly went through the Nexus like a knife through butter.
Absolutely shocking. I don't understand what WWE's problem is with letting youth flourish and talent, you know what I mean, better itself. And it's clear why, because of Poster Boy, isn't it? You know? The man that says that, you know, in recent weeks that he's basically, you know, kind of, he doesn't make choices, you know?
Yeah.
He hasn't got that much freaking, you know, hold.
He's got
on
no
things and grip
influence.
on. Fuck off, man. You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Yeah, at least be honest
You know?
with it. Like, at least be honest. If you look at people that have had influence over the years, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
they've all kind of been
Yeah.
honest with it. Yeah, I pulled the string backstage. And what?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? I was in it for the money. I
we
just
all
wish
know.
Cena was
We
more
all know.
honest.
Yeah, we all know it's a key factor in the business. Some people have a bit more freaking swing than others, do you know what I mean? And that's it, you know? Nothing to be ashamed of. At the end of the day, if you've worked for it, you've worked for it. But John Cena, just like I said, be honest. You know, Wade Barrett, like we just said then, going back and watching NXT, Wade Barrett coming through, you know, with the long coat.
Yeah.
You know, the guy conducted himself so well. You know, very, very unfortunate with injuries, we know. But that whole Nexus thing should have been perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection.
He's never recovered. He never recovered. I know they tried, like you said then, with his injuries and stuff, but they tried with the ICU strap and stuff, but he never recovered from John Cena ruining him in that one fateful night.
And I think the thing is, looking at it, why would you have John Cena join a group with the Nexus unless it wasn't John Cena? It was John Cena's idea.
Yeah, it was.
Tell you what we'll do. I'll have a match. I'll actually lose. Yeah, so I have to join the Nexus, but then I'm just going to bury the shit out of all of you.
That's it. What you could have had then at that time, it would have been the perfect to pull the trigger on an NWO style John Cena heel turn. And you know, they went with the idea of him joining the Nexus, but obviously we all know at the end it was all a part of Cena. I'm going to get in it and I'm going to rip it from the insides. And speaking of ripping it from the insides, can you remember Michael Tarver in the Nexus? One of the first ones to be destroyed by Cena. Now, do you recall?
Mr. broke his arm deliberately.
Yeah, and then started laughing at him apparently backstage.
Yeah.
Granted, if you believe Michael Tarver, and it has been known for a lot of wrestlers to, not just Cena, a lot of wrestlers to be pissed off with the company and they'll say words that probably aren't true. But there's reports and there's people that back this story up. That I've read online, there is a lot of names that back this story up, that when he broke his arm, he was backstage and Cena just laughed at him. There was no compassion, there was no anything. It was just pure what John Cena is as a person.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? You know, I've read a lot on it, and it was quite funny because 1 minute, obviously Tarver is in quite a good position. You know, not a massively good position, granted, you know. He wasn't going to be a world champion or anything like that. But a point in the Nexus was very, very early, you know?
Yeah.
And it goes into that match with Cena. He's injured, and legitimately, it was his last ever stint.
Yeah. Never to be seen again.
You know, for the guy that these people basically love and support and respect, and he's the be all and end all. People don't really either choose to ignore incidents like Tava.
Yeah. And they
the sun don't shine out that guy's ass.
No, not at all. And they also refuse to ignore the fact that he cheated on his wife. They refused to ignore the fact that he was having an affair with one Mickey James when she was with Kenny of Spirit Squad, which, again, another young wrestler that Cena made sure didn't even hit remotely close to where he should have.
No, and that shows the influence. I mean, Kenny Dykstra was very, very good friends. With Shane McMahon. Actually behind cameras, you know what I mean? From what I gather. So even Shane didn't have the influence to save him,
Well, that's it. Cena's, and he says that he's got no power backstage. Let's fast forward a few years to Mr. Bray Wyatt and his feud. Was it back in 2014?
Right. Where do we start here?
I think the best place to start, and we'll get into it a bit more detail a bit later when we discuss a few of his matches, is the match Extreme Rules with the child and the fucking nonsense. Yeah.
He has to compete, doesn't he? That's the thing, It's okay. This is why we do these videos, man, just to get my tongue sharp. The guy is cringeworthy. He doesn't want to be second best to anyone. Okay, we had Bray do that thing, with the little girl, and with almost like the choir type of thing. Brilliant. Cena can't lose a couple of steps. So what Cena does is he introduces 1,000 kids wearing fucking John Cena shirts and caps, type of thing.
Which is a horrible, scary army in itself.
It is, yeah.
That's how I imagine if the world does end. That's how I imagine it'll end. It's just Cena fans will take over. Yeah.
Cena's the Antichrist. With cancer healing hands.
Oh dear me! Shout out to Eric Powell. You fucking loser.
I can't begin to think that Bray's first championship has been so delayed because of John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena pushed him right back down to the mid card, and Bray, for all his doubters, he's clawed and fought his way back into the main event. Because Bray 6 months ago was nowhere near.
No, he wasn't.
Getting with Randy Orton's done exactly what they was hoping to get with Bray. Because Randy Orton, for all his haters, he's a main event caliber wrestler in WWE, and sticking with him, and he's going to get pushed into limelight.
I always said, man, if anyone should have equaled or beat Ric Flair's title, right, it should have been Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, for me, he's been able to evolve his character over the years without needing to change much. He still looks exactly apart from he keeps slowly adding loads of tattoos. One day he's going to look like a full-on colouring book. Yeah.
The problem with Randy Orton is Randy Orton should never ever be made a face.
No, face Randy Orton.
Randy Orton is such a fantastic tweener.
Yeah. He is the modern day Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Fans will cheer him no matter what, so why not have him kick crap out of somebody?
That's it, But the whole fucking, the shit with Bray, man. You hear all these fucking, the things that, Cena's done Bray a favour now, and all this shit. Oh. But Cena's not done any. I can't stand to hear, that people kind of, just the naivety in people. You know what I mean? He ain't laid down for fucking no one.
No. He
ain't laid down.
It's the same process as with Hulk Hogan. He'll tell you that he put people over. Yeah, I didn't do this. I did this out of goodness of my heart.
That's it. Exactly. Exactly. No. Bray Wyatt has been the best from a character development point of view. Bray Wyatt has been the best thing in the freaking WWE for the last 3 years.
Oh, definitely.
From his character to his promos.
There's not many characters that exist anymore that are like him.
No, they don't. Exactly. And this is why I say, at the end of the day, when Undertaker's gone, there needs to be someone with a character and a gimmick that can stand, you know what I mean, the test of time. Your John Cena's anywhere near him.
Yeah. Well, it's because if you think, I always speak about this, like with The Undertaker. Back in the day, Undertaker was like kicking crap. He was unbeaten for fucking ages. They kind of didn't make it a big deal, but he was. I know he was only fighting like jobbers on Challenge and Superstars and like we were on about earlier, but they made him look a big deal, and to beat The Undertaker was a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, Bray Wyatt's lost far too many times. And he's slowly, for me, I've always been a fan of him. I loved his Husky Harris days. I thought it was brilliant. But he's finally got himself back to where if you beat Bray Wyatt, it's a big deal now. And they've wasted 2 years of his life.
Yeah.
That they should have gone in with that he's undefeated. He's the new fucking phenom. He's the new face of fear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
exactly.
I think
my only worry, you know, with all this is that I think in long term I think it could have. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think what I'm trying to say is it's almost like he's fallen into that Undertaker. We spoke about it on Max Wrestling a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, when we said about Undertaker seriously underachieved.
Oh yeah.
In his career. Yeah. And I think Bray could basically fall into that. You know, when you talk about opportunity and things earned, Undertaker earned every little bit of freaking glory he had, but at the same time should have had more based on.
He had Undertaker was a champion early doors. He won his first title in like his first 3-4 months on the roster. When he beat Hulk Hogan, but then he weren't champion again. Then for years, you know, for a good I'd say 6 years maybe. And it's like Undertaker, because at that time you had your Bret Harts. They were the master and rule of the world. Then you got onto your Austins, and then your Rocks, then your Triple H's, etc., etc. And yeah, I totally agree. I think Bray Wyatt should be one of the main guys, and I think it's a benefit to him that we are on a brand split. Because if it weren't a brand split, it'd still be mid card. Yeah, exactly. Because of how WWE's treated him, they just need a new bad guy, badass, and I think they needed something to do with Randy Orton. That's where it all stemmed from, I think. They thought, we'll stick him with Wyatt, it might work. Yeah. And it worked perfectly, and luckily he got to reinvent himself. Speaking of someone who has never managed to reinvent himself, and it never ever returned from it, one Alex Riley.
You know, Alex Riley should have been perfect. I loved the old thing he started with in NXT, you know, wearing the old college, you know,
the proper
jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the he was a jock. I liked it. You know what I mean? Fantastic physique, great ability. And at the time, let's be honest, when you know he was with the Miz, and then he broke from the Miz, and you were like,
that pop,
boom,
that pop,
wow,
and then that return. I loved his music. I absolutely loved it. His music was so high intensity. Yeah. But then it was like the fans they preferred him to be with the Miz. They wanted to hate him. They wanted to love him for that moment. But then after the pop, that was it. But then all the stories come from backstage that him and Cena's keeping him down. He's not a fan of him. He's telling people that he's not as good as he thinks he is. And
Calling him basically like using like, you know, bully boy tactics.
Yeah.
You know, demoralizing talent to save your own. That's what John Cena did with Alex Riley. He's seen good-looking guy, good physique, round about the same sort of build, physical shape, I would say, as Cena. Yeah. Moved well, could wrestle. Cena was threatened. Cena felt very threatened by Riley, and he should have.
Kenny Dykstra, anyone? Exactly the same process with him, I believe.
Exactly. You know,
feel threatened. Something's got to change.
People don't see this with John Cena, and you know, it's a case in the business that you have to hold on to your spot and hold on to it tight, because there's always someone coming through. John Cena would have broke through into wrestling and had to go through the hard route, which most guys do, the indies. Yeah, John Cena wouldn't have broke through because no one would have given him a second chance.
No way.
You
Too
know,
stiff.
no
Too
one.
stiff, too green. 'Cause he still
AJ
looks
Styles
fucking
said it
stiff
perfect.
now.
You wouldn't have lasted in the Indies. You wouldn't have. You know? Alex Riley, and like you say, and it was kind of a punishing fact to see him back at NXT as a commentator. And did you see them pictures of him when he came and he just lost all that weight?
Yes, yeah.
He looked ill, dude. I don't know what the truth was behind it or anything like that, if he actually was ill or anything like that.
He didn't look great when he came back to NXT after all them years.
I don't know, man. He looked frail.
Yeah. Maybe he went the Chris Masters way.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Right, shall we move on to some of Cena's matches? Right, so John Cena's matches, Butcher. As it's your episode, I'm going to throw it over to you. Why is it that John Cena, after 10, 15 years in the business, can't seem to wrestle still, really?
He's a fucking showman, isn't he?
And he makes like good wrestlers look worse than they are. Like, I know his match with AJ Styles at the Rumble. It was a great match, don't get me wrong. But AJ Styles had to
put up.
Yeah, he had to get Cena up to his level. It's like Cena should already be there.
Yeah.
He's had enough fucking practice.
The thing is, it's just I always look at Cena and I just think the guy's out of proportion.
Yeah.
Well, when I look at him, I just think
he's so wide.
He's
his
big.
From one shoulder to another. His back's massive.
I'm going to shock you because I'm going to say I respect the guy to a degree where I look at the fact that he tries to push it. Do you know what I mean? Try and do different shit like that freaking terrible springboard stunner.
Oh, he's Canadian Destroyer.
His leg drop, the famouser, he does it so badly.
Famouser. Oh, he's so
bad. The STF unconvincing you.
Oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my hands and I'm going to push them away from my body, and I'm just going to go.
And then his little like rabbit punches he does to the stomach.
Yeah, well, it's like he can't straighten his arms.
It's just I'm not being.
It looks like a Mattel action figure.
It's cringeworthy to watch.
He's terrible. He can't throw a wrestling punch.
It really is, and I just don't see how us real wrestling fans can we're mature people and we know what we like, and when we like something we like it. When we don't like something, it's clear. You know, John Cena, it's not because he's a millionaire and, he's a successful man and he's got a fit missus and stuff like that. It's not because of them things. People, I love the famous one when you start kicking off on these freaking dirt sheets, right? And they're like, always get one go, oh man, this guy's jealous.
Yeah.
Why am I jealous? Why would I be jealous?
I'd like his money.
I live in a real world. I know I haven't got his money, yeah, but I also know if I was of the ability size and stature, and I kissed as much ass as that guy does, I'd have his money. But you see, some people in this world actually honest working people. Keyword there, honest.
The thing that's always got me with Cena, and we'll go into it now in a little bit more detail, is just he's seen as this epicenter of WWE and everything. If you are, if your Cena's hit the big time, if you get a match with Cena.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I respect the guy for what he did with his US belt run with the Open Challengers because it allowed Cena, and he
gave it prestige again.
But he gave the title prestige because it's Cena. End of the day, simple as he sells fucking shit. So it gave the title prestige, but it also gave fans that probably wouldn't like. Let's say I'm trying to think. Let's example if Jack Swagger during that time was the US champion, and it was Jack Swagger doing the opening challenges, and Kevin Owens came out, the fans would react. But the fact that they've come out to Cena, the fans, do you know what I mean? But again, is that Cena, and look at it from the negative way, which is what this podcast is all about, right? Are we looking at it from the point? Is that Cena saying, "Well, I can help I can put these over, and let me get involved"? So like our Hulk Hogan back in WCW, if a new guy was coming, Hulk Hogan demanded they work with him so he could put them over.
Yeah.
Where Cena doesn't put them over.
It's never ever. I've never actually seen, a moment in careers. Chris Jericho's had fucking hundreds of them where he put guys over.
Yeah.
Terry Funk was renowned for it.
One
I have
that
never
always
ever
sticks
seen.
in my mind. One that always sticks in my mind was Capital Punishment 2011 with R-Truth.
Yeah.
Now R-Truth has been, granted he's an NWA champion, but he's an NWA champion where me or you could have been the champion. Let's be fair. Do you know what I mean? Anyone could have had the strap at that point because it was early doors TNA, and they're just looking for names. Well, he weren't really a name, was he, back then? They were just looking for wrestlers.
That's exactly.
He'd had a short stint in WWE with Road Dogg, and that was it. So fuck it, he's been in WWE, right? He's going to be champion. But he fought tooth and nail for his ultimate mid-carder, and he tried to reinvent himself, like when he had his storyline with John Morrison when he was smoking in the fucking O2 Arena or whatever it was. But then, so he's had his moments, but he got to the main event against John Cena. And it was an awful match because Cena didn't care because it was R-Truth. And B, why not give R-Truth the rub? Why not? Do you know what I mean? We're in this period of time where R-Truth is working best. Him and the Miz, when they were the Awesome Truth, were some of the best I've seen. But it was all about Cena because it was all about getting, obviously, further down the line with The Rock coming back in. And then that leading on to the match with The Miz at Mania, where The Miz, again, I thought some of his best work was when he was world champion. It doesn't come close to the work we're getting today. That is the best work. I love him, modern day Miz. But Miz, when he was world champion, it was all about Cena. Do you know what I mean? It was all built up to...
Yeah.
He was a prop. Miz and the title were props, again, in John Cena, because it's all about pushing him for against The Rock.
I couldn't agree more. with that, if I'm honest. I just... See, the guy kind of... like I was saying, I can't honestly think there's been a match that I have watched where I've thought, yeah, he's put that guy over. I can't honestly think of one in my head.
Well,
every time I watch it,
Cena. Go back to early Cena when he's feud with Carlito. This is Carlito's come on the scene, spitting in the face of everybody. I loved Carlito. Loved him with a passion.
Underrated.
Me and Daz on our previous episode, we spoke about the Shining Stars, how they never seem to reinvent themselves at all. And we've come to the conclusion that if Carlito come back, there's a chance they may potentially get over.
Well, this is the thing.
People would love a Carlito return, but Cena, in that entire feud, buried him. Do you know what I mean? Granted, it got daft when they had Jesus stabbing him in a nightclub and stuff like that.
Well, he was Super Cena, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Unpenetrable skin.
Yeah, I got stabbed last week in and out of the hospital. My scars healed and disappeared.
He's got healing hands, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's just, but that was that ruined Carlito because it was a joke.
Pathetic,
people looked at the storyline as a joke.
It's almost it's like it's like his freaking film career as well.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? It's like his film career. He's been. Is it 24 seconds? Was it called 24?
I've got no idea.
12 rounds.
Oh, yes.
12 rounds.
He's
right?
only been in the Marine as well. Wasn't he one of the Marines?
So he's in 12 rounds and he's basically a cop. And his missus has been kidnapped by this Irish terrorist. And John Cena's got to do 12 challenges before he can get his missus. Is John Cena going to fail? No, he's not, people, because he's John Cena.
That's the ultimate John Cena biopic, right? Isn't it? Jesus.
Then you've got the Marine. Again, John Cena. His missus gets kidnapped by an evil Gary Sinise, I think it was. Not Gary Sinise. Patrick. Oh, the guy was in Terminator 2.
Oh, yes. I don't know his name, but I know what you mean.
And she gets kidnapped by him. John Cena goes into action mode. Is John Cena going to get his missus back? Yes, she is, because he's John Cena.
John Cena.
And then you get Legend. John Cena basically is a guy that used to be a professional wrestler. See that there? See what I did? The term professional wrestler. So he gets basically, and then he's got his brother who wants to basically be like his older brother, John Cena, and he wants to make it as a college wrestler, i.e. John Cena. That is the only time in your career, my friend, that you have taken the advice from key people in the world of wrestling and actually looked like a wrestler. Yeah, sure. It's the key factor in it is, you've got John Cena as basically making this film legend, and he's basically got to do training to make himself look convincing because he's never been convincing in the WWE ring. And even being taught by proper, American freaking wrestlers, college wrestlers, he still couldn't take that back and integrate it into his style. So I say to that is that shows ignorance.
Yeah, Cena's always believed in his own hype.
I mean, the guy's a shambles. And
were you a fan? I have to ask. Cena 2002 when he debuted, when he had the match with Chris Jericho at Vengeance.
Yeah.
Or was it Vengeance? Or it's one of the early I should know. It's my fucking podcast. Were you a fan?
Yeah.
So you liked early Cena?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you like Cena? Did you like Marky Mark Cena?
I think the case is where as wrestling fans, when something new comes onto the scene, you show an interest.
Yeah, definitely.
You show an interest. It's ignorant if you don't. You know what I mean? You can't turn around and say, "Oh, I don't like him." Well, why don't you like him? I just don't like him. Based on what? Nothing really. Well, how can you not like him, man? But yeah, Cena kind of won me over. I like the old, ruthless aggression thing when he came back. The slap in the face freaking from Kurt Angle. I liked it because I thought, hang on, when was the last time we seen a young kid in the WWE ring, or
Yeah, it was showing a bit of bite about him as well. There's no gimmick. It's just a young kid.
And I think if you think about it, obviously in the ruthless aggression era, John Cena very much invented that. So I mean, in a way, we've kind of got to thank him for it. You know what I mean? Because Vince McMahon challenged someone for ruthless aggression.
Yeah.
And John Cena answered the call. So there is a certain respect that goes out there, because the guy gave it us. But then when you watch, you go from that gimmick to the chain wielding guy. I freaking loved it. I absolutely loved it. Chain gang.
Until he won the world title. When he won the world title, and he moved to Raw.
When he changed for me.
As soon as he moved to Raw, that first when Jericho was in the ring and Bischoff brought him out, that was it. That moment was like, nah, you were done, Cena.
I think my ultimate cringeworthy moment was got me think which one it was now. Which Royal Rumble was it?
Oh, when he came back from injury.
Yeah.
2008-ish.
Yeah, I think it was, and I just thought
the fans
he stands there,
it was
smug
the commentary
as hell, looking at Triple H in the ring, and it was that moment that I thought, I really hate this guy. I really hate him. He's just that he's had major surgery, and he's defied all odds. Only John Cena could defy them odds, people. Do you know why? Because he's got cancer healing hands. Yeah. Only John Cena could break his neck, tear 2 limbs off, and re-heal. That guy is he's like Wolverine. John Cena gets stabbed in a nightclub. He heals himself. He's back in the ring, freaking the next night. It's cringeworthy, dude. I mean, if I'm honest, right, there's a secret part of me that wants John Cena to turn heel, and I
can't wait. I
know,
dude,
that I'll love it. I just know I'll love it because
it will happen.
John Cena can be this nice guy, but then he can, John Cena is the chain gang. I mean, I know we're never going to be getting that rapping shit, man, because it just did get cringeworthy.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. He's too old.
Cringeworthy at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's too old. He's too old. But you know, some of the stuff he was coming out with when he was younger was freaking brilliant.
Oh yeah.
You know, as a freestyle, the guy had specific talents. You know, I just think the older he's got, the more predictable his promos have become. He's all you know me, man. I don't give a fuck about children and stuff like that. I don't, man. When it comes to wrestling, I like wrestling.
Yeah,
you know,
It's
I'm
not-
not
it-
about
I'm not
pleasing
with
the
this
kids
PG.
and
Yeah,
for
I
freaking
totally agree.
entertainment value. It goes through me. You know, if they don't like it, don't watch it.
Well, they gave
You
them,
know?
didn't they? They gave the kids that Saturday morning slam.
Yeah,
And I thought, right, well,
Yeah.
there you go. There's a perfect kiddie program.
Yeah.
Promote
Yeah.
that. Well, they even got their own kids magazine, didn't they? And promote that through the nose, and you don't need to have every single
Exactly.
It's like 100 hours of fucking WWE
Exactly.
content a week that they produce.
Exactly.
It doesn't
And I
have to
just
all
feel
be
that,
PG.
you know, I kind of just I look at it and I think the reason the product is absolutely in, you know, so at some point very, very complacent, is because of this purpose, and it's because of people like John Cena and the audience that he appeals to, or they want him to appeal to,
Yeah.
you know. But you know, there's no sign of they've tried to find that next John Cena, you know, and in Roman Reigns, it's not going to happen. It's
No.
not going to happen. The fan bases and people have evolved. Now we don't listen. We're not told who we like or who we have to like. At the end of the day, in the world we live in, a society that, you know what I mean, we're selective. We like who we like. You know, people don't like the good guy anymore. People don't like the good guy. You know,
back
people
in
like
the
the
day with
guy
Stone
that's
Cold. Stone Cold ruined all that. Stone
that's
Cold
it,
ruined all the
you
logic
know?
of liking the good guy and hating the bad guy.
He invented the tweener, didn't he? You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
to a degree, you know, and that's just what it is now. And it's, you know, sometimes, I mean, I hit on it the other week on Max Wrestling, you know, when we're talking about it, and I said, when you hear, I'm starting to get to this point where I even hate listening to that John Cena sucks. I hate it. I
yeah.
hate it. I hate it because people are that freaking idiotic. It's just become a theme tune.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
People don't
back,
sing it because they actually hate it.
I always go back to the fact that people, when they bought the We Hate Cena t-shirts, you don't realise who's that money's going to, yeah, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's, yeah.
It-
But
it's
right,
just-
what do you think? We'll finish on one final question. Obviously, we've seen the evolution of John Cena from his white meat babyface, no gimmicks Cena to Marky Mark to what we're seeing today. What do you think the future does hold in the next 5 years for Mr. John Anthony Felix Cena?
Right. I'll put it fucking blunt and simple, really. Give me a heel turn. I need to have that heel turn. What needs to happen is the same thing that happened with Hulk Hogan at Bash of the Beach.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan changed the face of wrestling with that heel turn. Yeah. One thing in wrestling needs before John Cena wins that 17 titles and says bye-bye and tries to make babies, because he's as incapable of making babies as he is wrestling. You know? One thing that needs to happen is John Cena needs to change the face of wrestling again.
Yeah.
He needs to cement himself as the guy that broke hearts. You know, almost to a degree. When John Cena leaves the WWE and then comes back every now and again, they refer to him as the guy that
As a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
Totally,
You
totally
don't
agree.
want to retire, man, on a note as a guy that just freaking kissed that many asses and people despised him. You know what I mean?
A guy that
The
comes back in 20 years and fans go,
because I guarantee you, right? If we 10 years from now we have this same conversation, right, and he has done it, we won't be talking about the John Cena, right, that broke careers.
no.
We won't be talking about that John Cena, because that John Cena will be completely freaking irrelevant.
That's it.
The person we will be talking
NWO.
about is the guy that turned heel.
Yeah, definitely.
And that'll be it. Same with Hogan, you know? I mean, you know, they're going about Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Yeah? Of course they do, because it was an iconic moment. A guy 7 foot tall, giant, never been slammed. You know? Now people just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Pick up big guys, you know? But you'll have that moment, and that Cena, it will be symbolic.
Yeah.
You know, it will shut people like me up.
Yeah, for 5 minutes anyway.
No, so until John Cena, in my opinion, not everyone's, you know what I mean? Not everyone hates him, granted, but I hate him. I hate him with a freaking passion. I hate the people that support him. I hate his flea-bitten fans, freaking little sheep followers that think he's the best thing since sliced bread. Why? Why is he? Because he makes wishes. You know what I mean? I've been into this shit, man. A normal human being would go and see a sick, freaking dying child, right? An upstanding human being would, should I say? Yeah, the guy gets paid millions and millions of dollars to do this. You know what I mean? Let's not forget that. Would he be taking time out of his hands? Yeah, if he was an indie wrestler. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, would he be doing it? Would he be doing it off his own back?
Because with respect to indie wrestlers, right? They're not in high demand to go and make wishes, okay? He's making wishes because he's a poster boy for one of the biggest companies in the world, in the sports entertainment world. And as that poster boy, there are certain demands that come with his title. That being, he must appease and make the world that he competes in happy. So when there's these big seminars and meetings, John Cena's going to walk that red carpet and he's going to stand on a stage and he's going to talk on a mic and he's going to tell everyone how much he loves what he does, how much he wants to please and just make kids smile. Of course he is, because he's paid for it. You know, there's no pussyfooting about with it. It's fact. But do I want to be surprised by John Cena before he retires? Yes. Do I want a heel turn? Yes. Do I want him to retire after 17 titles? Fuck me, please.
Just let him break your fictional record.
You know,
because we all know the truth. And Vince, I know himself, he knows the truth. Because Ric Flair's approached him numerous times and saying, well, you don't recognise this title and you don't recognise this one. So Vince knows, so we all know. So let him break the record and disappear to go and make your movies that no one gives a fuck about.
That's it, innit? Exactly. You know.
And Butcher, my friend, we'll end it there. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, sir, and we'll do this definitely another time.
Fantastic.
Maybe we'll do a follow up with John Cena in 3 months and we'll see where he's at. One more time, if you want to let the listeners know where they can find you.
You can find me at Max Wrestling UK and at 69Butcher on the Twitter machine.
On the Twitter machine. So until next time, peace out, you motherfuckers.